It's on live.
Shabbat Shalom. We're gonna get into it here with a Shabbat lesson, tonight. But before we get all started, we want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh
Yahweh
by
Hashem
Hashem, Yahweh Shakadosh. The bonus to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sinners, Yakin, pushing the truth. All the word Shalom, keep pushing. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it, kind of picking up from a little incident we had with camp. Jake come by, or previous camps that we had. People from our nation, so especially so-called Negroes, they come by and they look at brother's statue, look at how we dress, looking at the clothes and stuff like that. But that goes to show you that Jake, you ain't spiritual at all, man. You look on, you see us how the world sees us. They see us just as like a bunch of wild, crazy, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans out here in the world, just rambling, raging, foaming at the mouth, and all this kind of shit. But that ain't the case, though. You see, you think we all supposed to be coming from all these big universities, and we're supposed to have all these prestigious degrees and things like this, hanging on our wall. But the Most High ain't dealing with that. He does what he wants to, man. He's completely outside the box. He can choose who he want to, when he want to, and how he want to, man. But we're gonna get into it. With that Kalai, go ahead and kick it off with that 2 Corinthians.
Come. This is 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, verse 7. It says, "Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? Question mark. If any man trust to himself that he is Hamashiach's, let him of himself think this again, that this is he, Salakia, that as he is Hamashiach's, even so are we, Hamashiach's."
Good,
Let me
yeah.
keep going.
But no, you can hold it right there. So yeah, that was Paul. He was asking, do you look on a man's outward appearance, man? Just because a man, he's out there, he may have some type of infirmity, he might have an eye missing, teeth missing, whatever the case may be, tall or short, whatever. I mean, he still wasn't called by Yahweh Shemi Shah to do this work. You shouldn't be paying attention to a man's outward appearance. You ought to be paying attention to the message. That's the whole thing. Jake is so wrapped up in what a man looked like, how the man dressed, but he's not even asking about, the whole lesson we was going into the whole destruction of Babylon. That didn't have no kind of interest. He was more concerned about a man's shoes, and that just goes with the buffoonery, the ignorance that our nation have, man. They so wrapped up in the world to where, first thing they see is, first thing they look at you, they dissecting you already. Look the way the man talk. Look how he standing. Where you from? Well, I'm from this world. Oh well, you can't be real if you ain't from this street, or you ain't from this side of the tracks, which is all BS in the world, man. And you want to speak on it?
I got a quick precept for you, brother, if you don't mind. This Romans the 8th chapter in verse 5. It says, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things that are of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded." Go ahead, Salaki.
You got it. Salaki, you go finish it off.
Verse 6, it says, "For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." I'll stop right there. You got it.
God, yeah, and what you see up here is a thing that's spiritual. When brothers come out to the camp, even with the elders and stuff, when we see each different man came out there, he didn't say, "Oh well, brother, I don't know if you can handle this work, man. You too tall. You're gonna be towering over the other brothers in the camp. Oh, well, oh brother, you too short. I don't know you can handle this. It was none of that. He looked on a man's, whether he's diligent, consistent, things of that sort, man. Who's to say who we are on this page, on this video screen? It's all about a man's spirit at the end of the day. You know, that what drives a man. You know, you can come out here on the block and try to get all the, you know, try to get your pep rally going, you know, for the outward appearance. You know, you look real holy on the outside, but the inside, man, you're just full of worms and, you know, you're a ravenous wolf. I got a precept on that too, though. You know, you're a full nigga in so many words, man. So it's all about being in the spirit in this thing, and you know, not letting a man's outward appearance fool you. You know, pay attention to the message. You know, that's what we're trying to drill to you, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You need to start, you know, stepping your game up, so to speak, with your mental game, man. You know, and stop worrying about what the world say. You gonna speak something on what?
Yeah, just real quick. It's St. John chapter 7, verse 24. This is Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
And that's right, man. That's what you see. That's what you all need to be focused on is righteous judgment, man. You know, is this man, you know, he keeping the laws to his best of his ability, man? You know, is he practicing what he preached, so to speak? That's the only thing you need to be worried about. You know, don't worry about oh, this brother got, you know, $200 shoes, or this brother stay in a, you know, whatever size house, whatever the case may be. That has nothing to do with your salvation. It don't have nothing to do with the Lord dealing with you or not, man. I don't care where you live, how you dress, you know, or what you look like. It's all about being, you know, having that sincere heart in this whole thing. You know? And Jake coming out of these churches or in these churches, man, it's all about what you got. It's like, oh, well, if you dress this kind of way, you know, you had these kind of degrees, then the Lord must be dealing with him, you know, or dealing with her in that case, because you got these women pastors out here now too, and they see wealth and, you know, education as the Most High dealing with you. But that ain't the case, man. It's very, all kind of accounts of that in the scriptures. But the Most High wasn't dealing with the high and mighty, man. He was dealing with the low and humble, you know, or he was dealing the underdog, so to speak, you know. And that's what you're looking at on the screen, underdogs out here, the outcasts of society, man. And that's who the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dealing with. And you fucking people got to deal with it.
I could add to you real quick. Like you said, Jake don't understand that, you know, the Lord will set you up. You hear me? Like he's a big setup artist. So remind people, he will give you everything you want. He'll give you a lot of money. He'll give you the status just at the end of the day, just to knock you off. You know, that doesn't truly mean that the Lord is dealing with you in a positive way. You know, right. That's you really got to sit back and think about it and understand what you're doing for yourself. Because 9 times out of 10, the Jakes that's really making it in this world, they wicked out the ass. Just for the Lord, you know, to burn them at the end with them nukes. You got it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, how people see that and they gauge a man on, you know, his status and his money on how much the Lord is dealing with you or not. You know, and that's just clearly off, Jake. You know, you so wrapped up in these churches, you know, pastor come pulling up in his three-piece suits, like $5,000, $1,000 shoes, and you know, and you can't tell people no other kind of way, man. The Lord has to be dealing with him. You know, or we got a building, you know, they see us, where y'all building at? You know, we don't need a damn building, man. And that's another stumbling block for Jake out here. You know, we don't have a place they can come sit up and eat chicken wings and fucking collard greens every week. You know, or tacos, or the case may be. You know, so we looked at the scourges when it comes to that, you know. And especially when we say, oh, well, you know, we haven't been to a university. You know, we're not known in the papers. We don't have a doctor this, PhD that on our names and stuff like that. You know, so our people, they miss the whole message.
I want to back you what you were saying about, you know, people come up to the camp and ask where the building is or why we don't have this type of degree of money. Apostle Paul spoke on these niggas, man. This 1 Timothy chapter 6, The point is in 5. I'm gonna start at 3 because it really goes into the spirit that these people are in. It says, "If any man teach otherwise and consent not to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and to the doctrine which is according to godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but doting about questions and strifes of words, whereof cometh envy, strife, railings, evil surmisings, perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself."
Beautiful.
Yeah, and that's a banger. And, and that's what our people see, man. They got wrapped up in that whole prosperity doctrine, and it's still lingering around. But we here to say, man, hey, we're gonna give you accounts in the scriptures that, the Most High, he wasn't dealing with that bullshit. Even though he can deal with a brother who does have a lot of things in this world. And that just goes to show you, the Most High, he's completely outside the box. He deals with, he does what he wants to when he wants to, man. He could use anybody. So you get that 1 Samuel 16. We start at verse 6.
Okay,
For sure.
this 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 6, it says, "And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Eliab and said, Surely Yahweh might be a brother's phone."
Now, brother, gotta hang that one up, huh?
Oh, maybe somebody trying to call in.
I'm gonna start over. It says, 1 Samuel 16, verse 6, "And it came to pass when they were come that he looked on Eliab and said, Surely Yahweh's anointed is before him. But Yahweh said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have
Yeah. Oh, so like, so here it was. Eliab came in. It was like, man, he has to. The Lord got to be dealing with him. The Most High, he's with this man. He looked like a nice, mighty man. He looked strong. He's well cut, whatever the case may be. Look, healthy or wherever it was. That drawing. Just looking at him, man, just the outward appearance, like, oh, I know he dealing with him. This is who I came for. But that wasn't the case. You can keep on.
Yeah, I got a precept to go with that too.
Okay, come. You got it, so I can. Let me get I'm about to finish it off, and then you got it next.
Yeah.
It says, but Yahweh said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. Talking about Eliab, who's King David's oldest brother. It says, For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh looketh on the heart.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. You got to have the heart. You got to want to do this thing, because at the end of the day, the heart's going to tell on you, whether you're sincere or not, but it's all about the, Eliab, he was all about the look, but, he had all the bells and whistles, but the Most High wasn't dealing with it, man. And that's how they, like these pastors out here in these churches, the Most High ain't dealing with them. They got all the prestige, all the awards, they all in the paper, doing all kind of shit in the community, but it's for nothing. Okay, kind of.
This is
yeah. You got it.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, this is Luke 6, straight to the point. It says, and he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knoweth your hearts. But that which highly esteemed men is abomination by the Most High.
God, yeah, because these men, highly esteemed out here, man. They get wrapped up into their own lust. They want to be that man on the billboard. They want to be known for, I built this church. I got 2,000-3,000 members. They in it for their own. They want their own wealth. They're trying to build their own legacy.
Yeah, that whole the bag shit whole idol, bag of money. Which a lot of you niggas always associate yourself with getting money. You got these nicknames and rap names of money. You niggas really don't have no money, man. It is really a facade to basically pacify your emotions because your pops went around, man. And you niggas is just highly, like this brother going into, you niggas is just highly esteemed within society, which the Most High he ain't dealing with you, Like the brother went into earlier, the Lord dealing with the underdog, the guy that you will overlook, oversee. That's who the Most High be dealing with the whole time. But yet you would think it's some local, some worldwide celebrity, some type of motivational speaker that the Lord dealing with. He ain't dealing with those niggas, man. All right?
You got it, Kyle.
Okay, Con. This Sirach chapter 11, verse 2. It says, commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance. The bee is little among such as fly, but her fruit is the chief of sweet things.
Gun, that's right. So you look at a man on his beauty, man. In our case, they brothers may look a certain way, and some brothers got the look, some brothers don't. Just the way the Most High deal it. But He uses everybody for His will. But that's what especially the women come out there lemon shopping, man. That's the first thing they doing. They just marveling at our brothers' looks, But it's not about that. That's a stumbling block for them too, man. They too busy either come out there trying to lumber shop or stir up some BS trying to distract the word, but that ain't the case. You still can't do it, man, because men that you see on that screen, we are sincere about this thing. It's all about the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshua's will. That's why we come in week in, week out. Whether you like it or not, Jake, we can continue to do it as long as the Spirit in us, man. And you want to deal with the underdog, until we get out of here. There's no other way around it. So you can keep coming by, pointing, laughing, scoffing, or judging a brother on what he got on or what he don't have on. None of it gonna do you any good on the days that's coming. And here we are warning you about the BS, that's going on in these churches. You still don't want to hear it. We warning you about the destruction that's coming. You don't want to hear that either. So the hell with you.
You read verse 4 or you in that Sirach 11?
It says, boast not of thy clothing and raiment, and exalt not thyself in the day of honor. For the works of the Lord are wonderful, and his works among men are hidden.
Yeah, even the brothers, man, we don't boast on no raiment. We ain't boasting on our shoes. There's no requirement to get in the camp on how you dress, man. It's not, every brother need to have a pair of J's. Every brother need to have some Air Maxes, or you need to be wearing a certain type of designer, man. We don't boast on none of that crap. Brothers do buy it, but hey, we ain't that don't define us, man. What we all about is pushing His word and pushing the truth and warning we so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man, on the destruction that's coming. And telling you, hey, stop looking at what we look like and stop worrying about the tone of the speech, or this brother, he looks hostile, he look angry. Stop worrying about all that bullshit and just pay attention to the word, the message.
I got a quick one. Go ahead, bro.
Somebody got something?
Yeah, I got a quick precept too, but to add to you, that's one of the things that really don't make sense. Like we experience that every other camp, but this specific fucking Jake who looked at Kaya Jordans and was amazed about that. And the reason behind it was that he reads the Quran, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck does reading the Quran and wearing Jordans correlate of you not looking at a righteous man?
Yeah, we talking about apples and oranges here, you know?
Like, come on, man. It's fucking
crazy.
Like Jake be saying anything. If again, like back harning on the topic, if it doesn't fit Jake, what he thinks that it's completely off, and would completely just shit on it, which is fucking stupid. But this is Isaiah 55:8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. And
yeah. Oh, you got it. You speak on that.
And that being pretty plain, like you said, our ways is not like the Lord ways. You hear me? I mean, we act in the ways of the Lord, but at the end of the day, like you said, we don't look at a man's stature and just say that's what it is. You know, we could look at somebody who looked like he possibly, you know, he like that, he a gang member, this and that and the third. But then, like I said, what he tells us, we judge by the spirit. You hear me? We talk to the man, we listen to the man and judge it by the spirit. Most people look at somebody that's got tattoos or goals in their mouth and this and that and the third, and just completely just throw them off like, no, you a nigga. You a gang member, this and that. Like, I'm not talking to you. You hear me? But like I said, the Lord don't look at it that way. He look at that inner man, your spirit.
Yeah, kind. And even now, people they get wrapped up. They know brothers, you know, from being in the world, whatever. You know, they're like, oh, there's no way you a man of the Lord. You know, I know you used to do this. You know, we used to run together and do that. You know, so that throws niggas off too, man. You know, and like you said, I got you after this, good boy. And it said, and on that I would say, most backing up the point, he's completely outside the box. He does what he wants to, man. You can't think, you just can't come up and take everything for face value and just say, oh, okay. But this man, he's all, you know, wrapped up in clothing, or this man don't care about clothing, you know, or this man ain't lined up, you know, he don't take care of himself, you know, because he don't have linings and all this kind of shit. You know, it's just fucking stupid, man. You know,
I gotta
say something, you got it. Okay.
This 1 Corinthians 2:15, it says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judge of no man.
Hey, and that's what these corner people can't get, man. They're not spiritual at all. You know, they keep missing. They keep it's some kind of saying talking about they can't see the trees before the forest or something like that. You know, but you know they keep missing the message. Sort of is what I'm trying to get to, man. You know, they ain't worrying about the word. They ain't worrying about trying to get right with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They ain't worrying about salvation or nothing, man. They just so, you know, caught up on the price tag, you know, dollar signs, man. You know, where's your status in this society? Because that's what Esau is all about, man. What's your net worth? You know, what you got? You know, all this kind of stuff.
Your credit score.
People, yeah, your credit score. You know, who's your the type of circles you run in. You know, your colleagues and shit. You know.
Yeah, what social group you with, social pleasure club you with, what fraternity, right? Base everything. What kind of car you drive, what kind of house you got, you know. And like I said, you especially down here in New Orleans, one thing you know is about the men and women. You're judged based on the clothes you wear. They're looking. Just go somewhere. Walk in the building. The first thing a dude would do, and a girl or chick would do, is look at your shoes and scan you from your shoes all the way up. And they do it every time.
You experienced that with the movie star guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Butterfly.
He's such a movie star wearing some fucking, you know, $300 dunks that he got on his feet, and don't recognize that you got on some all-terrain, really survival shoes that's very beneficial in many ways. way over them dunks. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, Jake don't understand that. They see that. He know that he got on dunks. He know that dunks are everywhere. And then you just the man who got on what they call, you got a dress on Canal Street, and you got on these stupid ass shoes, and boom, boom, boom. Don't even know what's going on.
You got it, Kabar. I know Kabar holding something. I want to speak.
Yeah, I didn't want to make a point, but it kind of passed already out.
I got a scripture too.
Okay, good. Yeah, and Amwell, you could finish that off to verse 13 and then 1 Samuel 16. You got yours, Kalai.
This is the book of St. Matthew's, chapter 23 and verse. I start at 26, and actually this is off the comment board from the brother Dawud. I actually was looking for this, and he kind of helped me, directing me to it. But this is verse 26. It says, "Thou blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed," say it again.
Whited.
Salakia. I'll read it over. It said, "Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanliness. Even so, ye are also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within are full of hypocrisy and iniquity." And just kind of harping in on the point, man, you could look as godly as you want to, man. You know, you could come out there with the Goliath 7s on, you know, the white garment with the goddamn the gauntlets and shit, you know, with the biggest stone on your neck. But inside you a nigga, you know, your mindset, it shows that you a nigga, you know. And this in red letters too, just to make that known, brother. So brothers don't get that misconstrued. That's Yahushua speaking. All right. We come in the same state as Yahushua, man, and we calling it as we see it.
Yeah, good. That's what, you know, some brothers in the camps or different camps, man, you know, they come into this thing for their own, you know, they want that outward look. They're like, oh, you know, this guy, he's speaking real good. You know, he want these men to follow him. But the whole time, you know, like you're saying, he's a nigga, man. You know, he out the camera, you know, he get home, you know, he look around, make sure ain't nobody falling back to the house. You know, he got the catfish going in there, got ready. He got it, you know, got it breaded, got the shrimp boiling. You know, baby, I'm on the way. You know, the whole time, you know, it's just one big act. You know, he just out there to get his own coat, you know, because his rap career failed. So now he's like, oh, I'm gonna get into this truth, man. You know, one way I'm gonna have somebody following me or worshiping me, pretty much, you know. So you, like you're saying, you can have the biggest stones, the most, you know, prestigious garment out there, whatever on it, you know. It means nothing, man. When it boils down to it, it comes to the heart, you know, and that's a big stumbling block for a lot of people. You know?
That's right.
But you got it. You got something, Kabar?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, just backing y'all brothers up, man. It's 1 John 3 verse 7. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous. Yeah, just backing up y'all brothers, man. It's not about speaking righteous or how you speak, but it's how you living though. Are you living righteously? That's all that matters. All right, and that's it.
God, that's what's gonna get you out of here, man. Like these garments we got is numbered rags, man. These stones, all this shit gonna stay behind. You know? Everything.
The scriptures call them sackcloth, man. You got guys that make these $300, $400 garments and think they, you know, really pass your house shine. That shit nothing, man. You know, really, you really are nothing, man. This ain't your program. This ain't for you. This is really for Yahweh Shai. You know, you try to make yourself down here, you know, in this kingdom, try to be somebody. I mean, it's the wrong setup to try to think you greater than you know Yahweh Shai himself, or making yourself glorified over here, man. It's just a waste of time.
They can. Like I said, all this stuff is gonna be burned up, man, over here. It's all gonna be left behind. You know, the body's gonna change and everything. And you steady trying to build that prestige up here and that, you know, with that they call it notoriety or something like that, I believe. You know, you want to be that. You want to be known as the man. You know, in a kingdom that's crumbling, which is about to be destroyed, man, and it's pointless, especially right now. Seeing the time that we in, we even closer now to getting the hell out of here. You know, and our people still get wrapped up, whether, you know, different men in different camps. It don't matter, all these ABC camps, man. You know, it's still like a rapist wolf, man. Somebody's still putting on that front, you know. They missed the, you know, shalom, you know. They know any and everything about the Hebrew, but when it come down to it, man, they can't even do the simplest thing like love their brother, you know. So, but like I said, all this is just pointless, man. You need to be sincere in this thing, you know, in order to receive salvation. And that's what it's really about. You know, doing the work, having the faith, you know, all the above, man. And then you get that another account. I guess we can hold that. I'm gonna get that Exodus account of with Moses, Exodus 4 and 10. Somebody could pull that for me.
I got it right here. Exodus.
Yeah.
This is Exodus 4 and 10. And Moses said unto the Lord Yahweh, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue.
So yeah, here's Moses, man. He was called by the Most High, man, to lead his people, the Most High people out of Egypt, out of the hands of Pharaoh. And here's Moses like, hey man, you know, I'm not eloquent, you know, I'm not that guy you want to get, you know, it's somebody else. Trust me, you know. But the Most High like, no, I'm dealing with you, Moses. You know, and that's what a lot of people see in our thing. You know, some brothers eloquent, some brothers not. And that's just all part of the whole Most High orchestra, man, what he got going on. And that throws people through a loop. You know, it's mind boggling. You know, everybody's, you know, we don't even have all the same garments on that match, you know. So that's another thing that throws people out. Like, y'all all together, but y'all ain't got the same garments on, you know, or dresses. Let them tell it, you know, all y'all dresses different. You know? So, but you can continue with it on verse 11.
This is verse 11. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, who hath made man's mouth? Or maketh the dumb, or deaf, or seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord Yahweh, or deaf?
Good. Yeah, so the Most High, man, hey, he said, who have made man's mouth? So the Most High, he's going to instruct you what to say, man. This is the voice of the Most High, man, that's coming out. No matter whether it's beautiful, it sounds like a symphony going, or it sounds choppy like some screwed music, you know, like that rap music, like it's screwed or something, you know. Whatever the case may be, it still comes out. Like I say, the Most High word does not come out void, man, no matter how it's delivered. You know, and that's what all these, especially knucklehead Christians, they ought to be able to get this and understand it. I'm sure they read this a lot. You know, I heard this story 1,000 times, but yet they still don't even follow that. You know, it's the simplest things these people can't get out here. You know, but like I said, we can, but I digress on that, though. We go to verse 12.
It is now therefore, go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say.
So yeah, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he gonna you know, give us what to say, man. He's gonna teach us what to go ahead and, you know, to say about his word, you know, to preach this word out here. You know, so it don't matter what background that a brother have, you know, what life a brother been through, none of that. It all applies about having that heart and getting out here and doing this work, man, which is your reasonable service, you know, making your body a living sacrifice. That's what it boils down to. You know, so no matter, you know, we out here, we look like fools out here to these people. But hey, that's just part of business. You know, they say they count our life madness pretty much. You know, like what they say, oh, they out there throwing their life away out there on Saturdays or Fridays, wherever brothers go out, what days of the week, they throwing their life away. They ought to be productive members of society. You know, why they out there screaming at the top of their voices out there on a weekend, man. You know,
if I'm not mistaken, it's like if you Google GMS, I think one of the first things that pop up is Bumulites. They call us Bumulites.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think we bums. We ain't got shit going. We just a whole bunch of just nobody, just out about knowing, just.
Yeah, they think we out there panhandling, you know, begging for money. You know, but like I said, it's just that stumbling block, which is set up for the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. But the hopeful elect and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, they get it. They see it, man. They spiritual. They see. They more focus on a man's, you know, the man's message, man. You know, they not wrapped up on, you know, they ain't on the comment board. Hey, brother, such and such, what university you went to? No, you see brothers on the comment board putting up precepts, you know, or asking what precept was that, you know, so they get it. And everybody else who don't get it, they just gonna be burned to a crisp, man. It's just that simple. You know, and that day when you come back in the kingdom, you gonna get it then. You gonna have everything you need, Jake. The ones that perish on this side, you know, during this World War III destruction. You know, so you gonna get the full scope of it then. But right now, you just gotta ride it out. You know, and get ready for your destruction, your judgment.
If I could say, that's why it's saying 2 Ezra 9. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. Then they should know about that by pain. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They gonna know soon enough, man. Soon enough. That these same Bumulites, okay, men wearing dresses, these no lives, whatever you want to call it, had it right all along, starting off with who? The apostles, right? And on down to the least of us, man.
Yeah, like I say, these same bums, you call us, you know, these uneducated bums, you know, they call us losers, you know, say, hey, we can't get no women. That's why we out there, you know. They say all kind of madness, man.
Yeah,
anything a cult. Yeah, I can't read about that one.
Terror. I didn't heard it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, terrorists, losers.
They tune in each and every video. You the biggest fan of us, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
What old girl made that song? Mariah Carey, you obsessed, man.
Oh, that's right.
You obsessed. You got over 200 videos of us in your camera roll.
Mm-hmm.
You might got pictures of brothers in your room with darts all through the face.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You listen to, but everything we say is not right. But you tune in, you give us the views. All right. You know, you two don't do the dumbs down, but you was dumbing down all that shit, man. Calling in YouTube. We know you cats, man. We know about you. You our biggest fans.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest fans of GMS. You the biggest fans of GMS New Orleans. But you the top tier golfers, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I guess I got that 1 Corinthians 2:1-4. I guess we can ready to close it out here in a minute then.
Right.
Yeah, let me get that. I guess, boy, let me get that 1 Corinthians 2:1 through verse 4. But yeah, you people, man, you're gonna see, like the scripture say, you're gonna know there's been a prophet among you here real soon, man. You know,
That's right.
you're gonna be looking for these same bums, these same low lifes here real soon, man. And you won't be able to find us, you know.
Go ahead.
You got it now.
All right, it's 1 Corinthians 2, verse 1. And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of the speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High.
Yeah, that's Paul speaking, man. He was like, hey, you know, I didn't come, you know, with the big, you know, big vocabulary. You know, I ain't come out here wooing you, you know, rocking the crowd, so to speak. You know, you can keep on going.
For I determined not to know anything among you save Yahushua and him crucified.
Keep going.
And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling.
So yeah, Paul was saying, hey, I was just out there. I was weak and trembling, sickly, you know, the case may be. You know, but I still was doing the work, you know, no matter the case, man. You know, it's all, like I said, it's all about having that heart, having that spirit in order to do this. You know, he wasn't looked at as a, you know, man, he may have vulgar talk. You know, they get trapped up in that, the way brothers talk. Oh, you know, why you cuss so much? You know, why you talking so loud? You know, which is all things in the world where you get from these harlot houses, man. You got to be soft, you know, real gentle with somebody in order to get your message through. But that ain't the case, you know. You can go on to verse 4.
And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in a demonstration of the Spirit and of power.
So yeah, he said his preaching was not with enticing words. You know, that big vocabulary. You know, he's you know, real smooth with the words or something like that. You know, because Jake get wrapped up in big words, man. You know, he's thinking, oh man, this dude, he got the dictionary. You know, you know the dictionary like the back, from the front to back. But Paul's saying, oh, I ain't had none of that. You know, I talk like pretty much a plain, common type of conversation, man. You know, common man, general talk, or even some rude speech. You know. You know, but it was all about the message and, you know, that drive that he had, man, doing the work and having the faith and, you know, and that pure mind, you know, that pure heart, you know, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You know, and everything else is just vanity, you know, it's just window dressing. So if a brother, even out there, if that's holding you back, you know, hey, you can't have that excuse. You got to get out here and still push. You know, you just pray in the spirit that the Most High, you know, increase your knowledge in it, or you know, or even make you more eloquent in speech, whatever the case may be. Hey, or if you're afraid, you may be eloquent. You know, you may be afraid, you're fearing trembling, but you still got to get in and do the work. So, I guess we'll go ahead and close it out. Yeah, we're gonna go and get out of here though. We pray this video was edifying. You know, before we get out, we're gonna give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Saints of Yakin, man. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.